Hello everyone, this is Mr. Mendoza. We're looking at the CPM problem 3-133. As you can see, it says make three new fractions that are equivalent to 6/24ths. Show your work. Okay, so how are we going to show our work? We can use the giant one. In one of the math notes here on page 103, it talks about the multiplicative identity. How if any number is multiplied by 1, the result is the same original value, the same original 1. So here, we can multiply by 1, and we'll call it the giant 1 by drawing a big 1 over the fraction. Here they're multiplying by, they have 2/3. They're going to make an equivalent fraction. So remember with equivalent fractions, it's the same amount but looks different. 2/3 and 4/6 are equivalent to each other. We can multiply by 1, and in this case here, we could decide what that number 1 is going to be. In this case here, it needs to be 2 halves. 2 halves, any number over itself is equal to 1. So we have 2 times 2, 4, 3 times 2, 6, 2/3 times 2 halves equals 4/6. So we're going to use the same idea, the same pattern, the same approach with our problem 3-133. Okay, we need to make 6 equivalent fractions for 6/24ths. Okay, let's go ahead and show that. So here, go ahead and make sure you have your paper labeled. So 3-133. We have 6/24ths. Okay, let's use the giant 1. We're going to multiply. Let's choose a fraction that's equal to 1. 2 halves. Go ahead and put a giant 1 around it. Multiply. 6 times 2. 24 times 2. 12/48. According to the problem, we need to do 3 equivalent fractions. So here's 1. Let's do another one with multiplication. Let's start off again with 6/24ths. What should we use this time? How about 10/10ths? So 10 over 10. Put the giant 1 around it. So it's our giant 1. It's equal to 1. 10 over 10 is equal to 1. Any number times 1 is the same amount. So these two are going to be the same amount, but look different. 6 times 10. 24 times 10. 24 times 10. 60 over 240. Let's do one more. Let's stick with multiplication also. Okay, 6 times 24. Excuse me, 6/24ths. Why don't we do 3 over 3? 3/3. It's equal to 1. Here's our giant 1. 6 times 3. 24 times 3. Okay. 3 groups of 20 is 60. 3 groups of 4 is 12. Let's add those together. 72. You work it out. Okay, so here we go. On CPM 3-133, we're using the giant 1. Any number times 1 is the same amount, so these fractions are now equivalent. Remember, in this case here, we were able to make a choice what our giant 1 was going to look like. In order for it to be 1, the numerator and denominator need to be the same value, as we know. Very good. Keep on working.